Coaches can't settle. They alter, transform, scheme, and reconstruct. They strategize and plot, substitute and switch, retool and reimagine the same scenario 1,000 times until the unexpected doesn't exist. In those last 60 seconds, when every possession counts, when every rebound matters, when every matchup could mean the difference between victory and a long, silent ride home, that's their comfort zone. Chasing down the ref for that last time out to draw up the perfect inbounds play, sometimes losing, oftentimes winning, and by the late night light of that LED screen watching game film, getting ready to do it all over again. This profession is for the strong, the dedicated, the relentless who can't settle, the active mind that doesn't sleep. And without the unending support of families, wives and husbands, partners and players, that success, well, it doesn't exist. Because things can change in an instant. Your home uprooted, your life restarted. The heights of reaching a championship to the challenge of building towards a new one. It's all part of the job. But if you've got that solid foundation, in your eyes, you've already won.
The Toronto Raptors are going to come away with a 12-point victory. After allowing 52 points in the first half, the Raptors allowing just 18 points in the third and then getting it done here in the fourth as they come away with the W.
All right, good. Let's wait to find a way. Second group, way to come in. Lou, Gravers, James, Tyler. Let's wait to come in and give us a shot. Second group, again. I don't know what we're going to do about our start. All right, again, they shoot 60% in the first half. A long way in the first quarter, they were shooting 80-some%. Again, it's on us to figure it out. We got to figure it out, and we got to figure it out real quick. Because tomorrow night is going to be a hard playing team. Again, then, let's get a good start tomorrow night. Here we go. Good job, good job. Good job, again. Find a way. Together.
We met in a hotel lobby in LA, but we were introduced by the beat writer for the Seattle Times. So Dwane was the assistant coach for the Sonics, and I was working in sports marketing.
And that was kind of the chemistry that developed. You know, you could have a intelligent conversation about basketball and not miss a beat. We dated for a while.
5 years.
We dated for like 5 years, and so we became best friends and fell in love. And at the time, I didn't see myself as the marrying kind or ready to get married, but you know, it was the right thing to do. You know, someone who was my best friend and someone who I loved, and we're kind of growing together.
He's driven. I mean, what you see is what you get. What people are always surprised when they meet him in person that he's calm, because they see him on the sidelines sort of going crazy all the time and yelling and being very animated. But at home, he's a pretty normal guy. He works a lot, but he loves the kids, loves the family. So I think we have a pretty normal life at home, aside from all the working.
First time I was able to work with him, and fantastic guy, good coach, but a good person too. So, you know, that was the things that stick out most with me. Yeah, no, that's the tough part of our business when those kind of things happen. Nobody ever wants to be thrust into that situation, but that's the hard part in doing that. And, you know, you just you know, move on and keep the relationship, and obviously we've been able to do that.
Case is great. I mean, he's a player's coach. He's thorough. He's diligent. He understands defensive principles as well as anybody. He's a great coach. We were sorry to see him go. I mean, I literally didn't want him to go, but, you know, on to bigger and bigger things.
Coach Casey? Oh, he's my guy. Yeah, he's a good dude. I think the guys are buying into what he's doing. He's a good defensive coach. He was our defensive coordinator when we won it. And he's got the guys playing well. And like I said, he always had Lowry and DeRozan, but I think Lou Williams added another scoring punch off the bench for them, and they're a tough team. So they're going to be a force to reckon with here in the East for sure.
Well, it's great in the fact that, you know, we've been through the ups and downs together. Brendan and I have, you know, through Seattle. You know, we were winning in Seattle, made the playoffs there, and Minnesota was up and down. You know, finished at 500 there and getting fired there. But then going to Dallas, you know, we were together there, and so, you know, she was able to experience, and Justine was able to experience winning the championship. So, you know, Brenda has experienced the good and the bad, and fortunately, Justine's experienced, you know, a little bit of both, and us getting started here, and then the good last year in Toronto. And, you know, going back and forth to Seattle, she sees both Seattle and Toronto home. So that's a great thing about having a family and experiencing the whole gambit of emotions. Well, it's unbelievable because he considers Toronto home. I mean, he doesn't know any better, which is great in the fact that this is home for him. We were in Seattle. He says, I want to go home. And so, you know, this is for him, his playroom here and his room here is more home than anywhere we've been. And it's sort of the same thing. Watching him grow is like watching our team grow. You know, we went from an early stage of rebuilding and building our team here, and we're still a growing team, and just watching him grow is like watching our team grow. And that's the one unique thing about our team also, is the fact that we have such a young team with young kids. You know, Kyle and Carter and his family. You know, Masai has a young family. So we all are growing as a family, not only as a team, but as a family.
We're a sports family. Like growing up, I came from a sports family. We had to play a sport every season in order to not have to get a job. So I mean, that in my family growing up, sports were a huge part of daily life. And so I think for us, that's important because it's common ground. Our kids will play sports, and you know, it teaches you about life. It teaches you about learning to play with all sorts of different people and find compromise and have a common goal.
Except I also beat her in one-on-one, so that kind of sealed the deal.
But I beat him in bowling this summer, so you know.
Oh, what do you say when you score? Mommy.
I want to congratulate Coach on a phenomenal year. I think Coach has really grown, and we hope to keep growing, and I think he deserves the contract that we have agreed upon, and we'll keep moving.
It was amazing because I look back at where we were a year ago right now, starting the season last year, not knowing where we were going to be, not knowing the season didn't start well. And so we thought we might be packing our bags and heading back to the States. And so when things turned and all of a sudden they had made the playoffs, I mean, it was unbelievable. And to see the fan support was phenomenal. And when he got the extension and we knew that the kids would get to stay here 2 more years and go to school, stay with their friends, that I'd get to stay with my friends here, it was awesome.
Amir Johnson did not make the trip with the Toronto Raptors with that sore left ankle, so an early shout out to Amir. Back home in Toronto.
Great hustle and body him. Let's go. I don't know how masculine this looks, man, but I'm at home. I'm at home. I just dropped off my daughter. We're having a good time in this little play area I hooked up for her. I ain't ashamed to hang with my daughter's toys. You know, I bought them. I bought them, so shoot, we hanging. It's me and the homies. This is Pinkberry. This is Blueberry. This is Tigger.
Amir Johnson.
I actually tweaked it the first 5 minutes of the Orlando game. He dived on a loose ball, and he actually dived on my ankle. He kind of took me out. I got up, but I was still kind of in pain, and I finished out the game. And next morning, it was just too sore to go in that next game, and it was going to be a good matchup for me, and just my lateral movement wasn't there. So I had decided to sit out. It's too early for the season. I mean, I'd rather be healthy in the long run than be hurt, throughout the season to be early, because, I could, everybody knows I could play on a hurt ankle, but I'd rather just be 100%, and play like that. So that's when I really injured,
Patterson ahead to DeMar. Rondo gets back. DeRozan takes a contact. It still finishes. And the Raptors within one.
We started to play with a sense of urgency, man, just out of nowhere. I don't know what they said in that locker room. I don't know if Case went off or something. Everybody started to pick up their play. Fourth quarters, we always turn it up fourth quarters, but we're going to have to change that, man. Something's going to have to click, and we just know we can't do that. Like, it's going to be impossible for us to win games if we start off slow like that. I mean, I want to be out there, man. I want to be out there to fight with my guys. Be out there battling, man. I hate being out, man. It's just really tough to watch. When you know you can go out there and do something to help your teammates, and that's, damn. One stop. We just need a stop. No threes. There you go. There you go. We need a bucket. Kyle and DeMar been playing unbelievable. Pat Man been playing too, balling. Holding it down. PAT. 8 seconds. Come on, Jay. Chuck! Floating Chuck! I'll be hyped. Right there, right there. That was a good timeout. Way to call it, Jack. Yes. Good tip, Jay. They come in crunch, man. They got 6 minutes to just get stops. Yes. Yes. Can I get a stop? Can I get one? Huh? Make me go to my... Oh, my God. How did he get that back? Make me go to my high voice. Come on. We need a bucket. Just one. PAT, hold it down. PAT. Oh, shoot, they right back at us. Tell him, Jack. Oh. Yeah, Kalo!
Lowry gives it to the trailing DeRozan. Oh, DeRozan.
Woo!
Clock down to 7. Hansbrough comes to set the screen. Kyle with a jumper. Good.
Yes, sir. Yes. I can't even get hyped for that one because I knew it was good. It's when you watch the game, man, like, being in it, it's like you're real calm, but like being out outside watching, you're like panicking because you don't know what's gonna happen when you're actually playing and in control of what you're gonna do. So fans don't understand, like it's easy. Even when I'm watching, I'm like, and I know what's gonna happen, so because I know the plays, but it's just like, dang.
Buzzer sounds. Raptors win.
Great win. Great win.
From beautiful downtown Toronto and inside the Air Canada Centre, purple is the theme. The Washington Wizards at 4-1 getting set to take on the Toronto Raptors. at 4-1. Amir Johnson and Jonas Valanciunas both will be back tonight. Both are in the starting lineup.
Well, that's critical for this team because now you're taking a step up in level of competition compared to who you played earlier in the week at OKC, a banged-up team. The Celtics, a young team that's developing. So this is the toughest challenge so far this week. And this is a team, when people talk about like the third best team in the East behind Chicago and Cleveland, usually that discussion centers around the Washington Wizards, the Toronto Raptors. Some people throw Miami and Charlotte and Atlanta into the mix. But I would say most folks would say Washington, Toronto, they're the ones. And I think tonight's game is the beginning of that discussion.
It's just great. 20 years in, you get to go back, you look at some of the players that played in those uniforms.
The dinosaur, the purple, you walk into the Air Canada Center, and it just looked outstanding. Everybody coming in with a T-shirt. And then, of course, you bring back Alvin Williams and Antonio Davis.
It's always great. It's great coming back. This is like I've always said, it's like my second home. And just getting back here, seeing old teammates, seeing familiar faces, old and new, just getting a chance to be amongst the fans again. It's always a great feeling.
Oh man, it brings back so many memories, so many great moments. The first thing I noticed was just the change around the arena. We walked from the hotel right into the arena. I was like, whoa, what happened here? But it also shows growth. Maybe I had a little bit to do with, this franchise taking that next step and becoming a franchise that was going to come out each and every year and just compete, and their fans was going to love the product that they put out on the floor. So just a sense of pride. I'm actually excited to get back here. I hadn't been back here in a while, and it's great to see a lot of people in the organization and just to see where the team has come from. It takes a certain guy to come up here and appreciate what's here, and I love the fact that they all just have kind of bought into the fact we're here now. This is a special place, and when you see them play, it spills out on the floor. You see that passion, you see them playing together, you see the smiles, you see it all happening. And guys come up here and they didn't want to be here. And now, there's such an energy and excitement that I think guys, given the chance, would definitely consider coming here. Big stars would come here now. This is a great place to play.
Dish underneath, Lowry in the corner, T. Ross feeling it tonight. Terrence Ross has arrived. Lou Williams finds Patrick. Person looking for the pass.
It's a great job of getting the ball down the floor, and Lou Williams.
Lou Williams drains it, and he's fouled. Ray Casey has the word with Zach Sarver. And then the two-handed slam by DeRozan. Kyle using that screen, spin move to Jonas, and he finishes! Oh, how sweet it is! And Toronto's going to come away with the victory, 103-84. A huge night for the Raptors. And for the first time in the franchise history, the Toronto Raptors are 5-1 to start a season.
You know what? I go back to last year and watching those games when they had everybody out there in the center watching on the big screen. And I remember Charles Barkley, he kept pumping up Toronto because he loves it here. He said, hey, Toronto's a great place, great basketball town. And now you see the excitement, and now the players, I mean, from what they got a taste of last year, they are playing so well. This is a good ball club, and yeah, it reminds me of 91, 92, 93 when I was back here.
Shot number 6. Good job. Big game, y'all. Hey, man, that's our defense for last year. The way we started the game, is the way we got to play the entire game. That seriousness, with that approach, with that focus. All right? Because, again, we're playing for something bigger than any individual in here. Anybody, from top to bottom. All right? It's more important for everybody in here. So let's keep that focus. Here we go. Let's go. Yeah. Work. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together.
It's really been, I think, the best place we could possibly be raising a family, and our family specifically.
This is an experience they will never forget in their lifetime growing up here, and because, again, and I would say this no matter where I am, to raise a young family here is the most unbelievable experience you can have. A very diverse community, very diverse fan base. This is a great sports city for a young family. And I'm just very fortunate to be here with my family, and if it's good enough for my family, it should be good enough for for me to sell it to anyone else, because it's real and it's the best possible situation we could be in.
We're excited about this season. It was exciting to see so many of the same guys coming back and choosing to come back. I think that was something really unique this summer that hasn't always happened here.
The beautiful thing about the situation here is the fact that, a lot of times you don't get to start a program and finish it. And that's our job here, is to finish it. And last year, we're kind of, okay, that's in the rearview mirror. Now our next step, in the process of going. And my goal here is like it was in Dallas, to win a championship. Now what's going to happen next year, the year after that, our goal, my mindset is not just winning and make the playoffs. And that's our charge to our players. We talk about it here at home. Our goal is to win a championship for the city of Toronto. Coaching in the NBA is stressful and difficult. And having a young family, is one of the best medicines for the stress, because, Justine and Zach could care less whether, DeMar made a free throw or missed a free throw, and when you come home, they're just worried about their next cup of ice cream.
No, hands off, a small bite. I'll give out.
Next week on Open Gym. The old James Johnson don't exist no more. That's what it is. The old James Johnson don't exist no more. Just new and improved. Knows how to handle the business, knows how to stay mentally focused. And, I think that comes with years in the league, not years of age.